Well, first of all, what I said was, I'm sure they would have liked to have had the option, is what I said. And they didn't have the option because public sentiment wasn't where it would have been a realistic option for them. That's what I said, and that's what I meant. The fact is that those advocates of same-sex marriage in the state, one, they've equated it to the civil rights movement in the South, not me, and that's how the question came up. Secondly, advocates of gay marriage in the state say that the public, one of the reasons for passing the bill is that the public supports same-sex marriage. So my point is, okay, if the public supports same-sex marriage, I don't, but if the public does, then let's let the public vote on it. And if in fact they're right, then the Constitution will be amended to reflect that. And so that's how the whole issue came up and the context of it. So I want to be really clear about that. And I think that, candidly, some of the reaction to it has been so ridiculous and political. I mean, you know, to look at me and the things that I've done for urban issues in this state and advocated for, and to have members of the state legislature compare me to George Wallace and Lester Maddox, you know, that's reprehensible and really a joke. And it just shows how politically desperate the Democrats are. And it's unfortunate, but it doesn't bother me in the least. I have a mirror, I know who I am. And, you know, people in this state who have heard me talk about urban education, heard me talk about crime, heard me talk about what I want to do regarding drug rehabilitation for nonviolent drug offenders who are predominantly minority in this state, understand that I'm happy to be judged by my record. And it's really shameful that the Democrats have decided, in a desperate attempt to get some political traction, to raise this issue. It's really lousy. And in the end, remember what I said, they would have liked to have had the option to do that. They didn't have the option, and I didn't expand on the answer. They didn't have the option because the political circumstances weren't appropriate for them to have that option because of the political leaders and the mood you talked about in those times. But the exact same argument is being made now by same-sex marriage advocates. They're saying one of the reasons for doing this is because a majority of the people in New Jersey want same-sex marriage. Well, if that's the case, put it on the ballot. And let's prove your theory. But that's the only way it's going to happen.